You're tuned in to Tailgate Talk, where the grill is hot, the drinks are cold, and the sports stories never stop. Hosted by DB Cooper and Itty Bitty Ute, and produced by Hollywood. Grab a plate, pull up a chair, and let's get this tailgate started.
Welcome into Tailgate Talk, where the drinks are hot and the food is cold. I'm DB Cooper. Alongside me is Itty Bitty Ute. On the ones and twos behind the grill, we got Hollywood, as always. With the salute every time. I absolutely love it. It kills me, but I love it. Itty Bitty Ute, how you doing?
I'm so good, bro. How are you doing?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm chilling. We're one day closer to game day. I'm very excited about this Wyoming game. I'm just excited to get up there. Have you checked the weather by chance?
Dude, it's cold. The high is like 64, which we haven't seen in quite a bit. Let me see. I got this right now. I'll be the Jamie for a second. Damn it.
Please. Yeah, I got to know what I'm packing.
Rain and 65 is the high.
We're going to have to take our bad weather gear. Yeah, I'm glad you looked that up. I would have gone in tank top and shorts. Have you packed yet?
Not yet, no, but I was thinking about it. Today. In my mind, I was thinking about it.
How many days do you think about packing before you start the process of actually packing?
Generally the night before. Utah football trips a couple days ahead of that.
Everything's just advanced a couple days when it comes to Utah football and excitements and getting ready. Hollywood, are you a light or heavy packer?
I am a heavy packer, just because I think it comes with the name. I like options. I care about the clothes that I wear. And so it's hard for me to just pack ahead and be like, I'm going to wear this, this, and this these days. So I always pack at least a couple of extra outfits just in case.
Mrs. DB says the same thing. She does the same thing. In fact, every woman in my life does the same exact thing. So makes a lot of sense. Let's just hop right into this week's game. We got Utah, the Utes of Utah going to Wyoming. The Cowboys, Laramie, me and Itty Bitty Ute are going. Hollywood has to stay back and coach the football game. How are we feeling about this game, fellas?
I'm feeling good about them winning. After we talked with Cody, I'm feeling less confident about them covering with Bills Mafia being there. It's just, they do such a good job of creating an intimidating atmosphere. I don't think I'm probably going the other way as just kind of like a reflex. I'm sure Utah's going to go in there and take care of business. But there's just, in the back of my mind, there's just that little bit of doubt that it's going to be a closer game than we think. You know?
That Itty Bitty Ute?
I think we are going to destroy them! Nah, seriously though, rainy game with our offensive line and our run game, it's a bloodbath. I think we cover 30.
Holy shit. Cover 30. I'm leaning a little bit more in line with Hollywood. I'm getting more and more nervous the closer we get to it. I'll talk about it a little bit in a sec of what exactly I'm envisioning that's making me nervous, but I don't want to hop ahead. Let's keep it high. Let's keep the vibes high. 3 things that excite you about this week's game, Itty Bitty Ute?
Yes. First of all, that we're going to be in attendance.
Like that.
I feel like we're the rabbit foot. You know, the lucky rabbit's foot. Number 2, I'm excited to play in an actual stadium with fans because we didn't experience that yet with UCLA, so it's a true road test. Shout out to Wyoming, the best fans in the Mountain West, and it's not even close. And then 3, Dampier, dude. Dampier, the last couple times he's played Wyoming, dominated those guys, and I think he's going to do it again. 150 yards of rushing.
I love it. That goes in line with the thing I'm third most excited about. Can Dampier replicate what he did last year? 12 carries, 200 plus yards or something to that effect. He counted for over 300 yards throwing and running. So, maybe he throws for 200 this year and runs for another 100. But can he account for another 300 yards and 4 touchdowns again? Can he replicate that? I'm also excited about Mayor of Sac Lake City and that battle. As where are we at? I think is John Henry's in the lead with 3, right? By the way, I listened to the post game and he confirmed on his interview. John Henry is hyphenated. That is his first name. It's not John and Henry's his middle name. John hyphenated Henry is his first name. Apparently, it's big in the South. Had no idea.
So Jingleheimer is his last name then?
Not quite. He's in the league. Does he separate from the pack? Does Logan play and catch up? Anybody else surprised? I'm just gonna be excited about that probably every game. But also the most excited that I am. How do our corners respond? Sharif Shah giving him a C- grade. Did not look one bit happy in the interview. This week is like a midweek interview. Gave out a C- grade. Kind of was not was not given any praise to the corners. Excited to see how they respond.
Yeah, I like it. You either win football games or you learn. And so when teams are praised about doing the best that they can, it's hard to go out and measurably be better week to week. So I like some constructive criticism because then it puts it on them, right? Everyone else went out and had a stellar performance. That was where they clearly were lacking. And so I think for them to go out and really put it on their shoulders to show, hey, we can hold our own, we'll be just fine.
Anything to add, Itty Bitty?
Sorry, allergies
Hollywood.
Kill me.
What do you got? What do you got for your 3?
Yeah, my 3 are. See, I think it's going to be different. I don't think Dampier does a lot rushing. I think he throws for over 300 yards. I don't think Witt is going to let him run
in the rain.
In the rain, I think he lets it zip. I think he does just fine. I think he has way more passing yards than he does rushing yards because I think the offensive line is going to give him plenty of time to sit back, and we have the players to go out and make plays. That's my opinion. I don't think Witt wants to send him out against a Wyoming team and have any kind of possibility of getting hurt or injured going into a game where we have Texas A&M coming in. I hope he gets done by halftime, and then we get to see Bird come in the second half and rack up some yards. But that's the first thing. I think Dampier goes off through the air.
I can't tell what's more of a hot take, Dampier for over 300 yards passing, and I guess and again, like that's the hottest take in my mind, or the idea that we might see our backup quarterback play the whole entire second half against a Mountain West team. That's an early sub out.
Bulletin material right there, dude. Bulletin board.
Listen, if they go out and take care of business in the first half, let Bird go out and play and get some experience. If I was a betting man, I probably wouldn't bet on that happening. But
yeah, I don't want the true freshman coming in at all this game on the road. This is tough. This is a tough place to play. He needs experience. I want him to get experience like at home in with larger leads.
So you would
a whole second half on the road in a tough play.
You'd rather your starting quarterback play all 4 quarters.
In a game, well, I think that's more realistic in a game like this. I mean, if we're up by 50 at halftime or 40, what were we up at halftime this last week? They put in Ficklin when we finally got up 40, I believe, 40 plus. So if we're up 40 plus at halftime, sure, throw them out there. I think that I don't know. Maybe I'm talking myself out of it. If we're up by 40 at halftime, and Dampier throws for 300 yards and our backup plays the whole second half, I am not only getting a tattoo, I'm getting 2026 national champions Utah Utes tattooed on me.
They were up 35-6 at half.
Yeah. I mean, if we get something similar, I have some respect for why.
And maybe they pull him in the third quarter. If the game is in hand, I just don't want to see him out in wet, muddy conditions, running around with any kind of opportunity to get hurt. So that's first one. Second thing I'm looking forward to see is I think we see another pick six this week, another defensive touchdown. Maybe not a pick six, but a defensive touchdown. I think we keep it going. And the third thing is that tattoo. I'm so looking forward to the cowboy tattoo on DB Cooper.
Sounds like we might have a hiccup in that itty bitty. Is there an update?
Yeah, the tattoo shop is closed. I have asked if they can make an exception, and pretty much said everyone's got stuff going on Saturday, then they'll be at the game. And so I did send that tweet out like, hey, any professional ready to do it in the parking lot? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Tailgate talk in the parking lot. Tattoo style.
I'm so down. I'm so in. I'm not. I hope you guys understand. I'm not going to go out of my way to like. I think that would be silly if I went out of my way to get it tattooed. But if you guys go out of your way to get me tattooed, that makes it less silly, in my mind. So I'm more than happy to be the canvas. I hope it happens. I'll be disappointed if it doesn't, because I'm looking forward to that as well. Hollywood, what do you got for a must, real quick? What must happen?
Ball control. I don't want to see any turnovers. I want them to play sound offense, protect the ball, do what you're supposed to do, march up and down the field. Just continue what they've been doing. You want to see that type of ball security going into a week that ultimately might be one of the bigger games that we play throughout the season.
I like that. Itty bitty, what do you got for a must?
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback off of what I did last week, and I don't care if we win 7-3. We just got to win the game and escape without season-ending injuries.
I mean, at some point, I have to say, come up with something else. Only because, like, yeah, against the FCS team, that was my thing too. Like, no season-ending injuries, but that's also going to be the thing every week, right?
Yeah, conference play is probably going to shift a little bit.
Okay, that's fair.
But
that's fair.
Yeah.
I like that. I know we don't want to go to like two X's and O's, and I promise this isn't what that is. It just goes in line with what I'm nervous about. My must is we got to stop the run. We must stop the run. I'm nervous that they're going to be able to run the ball and just kind of like milk the clock. And then what we're going to cover next would be what worries us. What worries me is they milk the clock, and then suddenly it's a quick game. It flies by, and before we know it, we're starting the fourth quarter, and we have a possession lead or less. It's tied, or maybe even we're down, and we're starting the fourth quarter, and it's starting to set in. That is like that's where I'm getting nervous, like in the vision. That's what worries me. Getting to the fourth quarter with a one possession lead because we couldn't stop the run.
And I think that sets the tempo for the season. Utah's always going to play better at home. How do they go into a rough and rowdy environment? Bills Mafia is going to be there. That place is going to be absolutely jacked with fans. And so how do they respond to a situation like that? I think that'll set the tone for how they play on the road as they go throughout the rest of their season.
Yeah. I think being at both games, DB, I don't know if you could say the same thing, but it seemed like we had a different energy on the road, and we were poised, we were ready to go. And so I'm excited to see how we respond. And that goes to my next worry. You know, we're on the road, tough environment. It's going to be rainy. It's going to be sloppy. If we turn the ball over a couple times and we get down early.
I like that one. I mean, it goes with Hollywood's must of ball control, man. Yeah, I don't want this to be a nasty game with weather and we're dropping the ball over the place. And it doesn't make me nervous. Like, I don't think it would be, I think it would be like from who you expected the least, like away, Sean. Let's see. Anything else you guys want to cover about going into the game?
It's sad that after this game, it's quarter of the way done already.
Do we see?
Damn shame.
I haven't thought of it.
Do we see an onside kick in this game?
Could you imagine starting the
so
game?
Nervous about it. I'm getting so nervous. That would be
We defer.
No.
They receive. We just go and drill it right at their middle lineman, standing there at the 45.
I'm excited to see how. I mean, we're at a higher elevation. How far is Dylan Curtis going to be able to bomb him?
Man, It don't matter.
I almost would be upset if we started with an onside just because of that. I want to see 20 yards out of the end zone.
His dad, I don't know if he saw, but he tweeted out this week and said with a higher elevation, he might boot it out of the parking lot. Essentially, what he said.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. Okay, that's all I got for the game. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Anything else you want to cover? Wyoming meetup. What time, itty bitty, what time do you think me and you are leaving your doorstep on Saturday?
Probably, Cody said to go earlier, so I'm thinking we leave at 6:30
to get there.
Try to be there a little bit earlier. 12:31,
11:30,
12.
11. If we leave at 6, that gets us there at 11:30, 12.
Yeah, with no stops.
Yeah, I like that. Let's leave at 6. We're leaving at 6 a.m. on Saturday morning. Born in a barn, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. What are we looking forward to at Born in a Barn, itty bitty?
Peanut butter and jelly wings is the go-to. It says Cody, but I'm excited to try the other wings. I think we order a side of it. We probably share like we typically do, just like we share everything else in our lives. Anyways, I'm looking forward to seeing Big Z too, hosting that
Big
event.
Z.
Shout out Big Z, and I think Glass is going to join us.
Let's go.
DB and I scored 3 tickets, and we have an extra ticket in Hollywood. No,
yeah, maybe that's a good idea. If we have an extra ticket, if you're listening to this right now, when we release this, and you message us, first one to message us gets the ticket if you're in,
and a free ride up to Laramie,
and a free ride up to Laramie, free mustache ride. But you have to be listening to this part. So we'll see if we get anybody on that. I would love. Can we try to get one Utah man Born in a Barn? Okay, but that's like what I'm. Oh, I need it. I needed one Utah man in Wyoming territory before I start fearing for my life. I'm excited for Born in a Barn. I think it's gonna be a good time. If you're listening to this and you're going to the game, meet us there, 2 p.m. 4 p.m. After that, if we leave at or around 4, that's still 2 hours. I want to go walk up to their main tailgate lot across from the practice facility, like Cody said.
Yeah,
and walk through, see what it's like.
I agree. I do want to stop by the bookstore and grab a Wyoming Cowboys helmets, mini helmet. Cool. It's kind of the tradition I got going on every visiting stadium. I grab a mini helmet. So
can I give you cash to get me a cowboy hat?
Sure.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, pal.
I'm getting a hat as well. That's my thing. I have so many hats that I don't wear, but I will never stop buying them. Yep.
Yeah. Can I ask a question? I know this is not part of our agenda, but are you more nervous for Wyoming than you were at UCLA?
You know what? At this point in the week, I kind of am. I was like, I think as I dissected it, my feelings for UCLA, I think I was probably more excited and getting confused if that was nerves or excitement, throughout the week. But really like walking into that stadium down there in LA and like watching us warm up, I never once felt nerves. Not one, like that I felt like we were going to lose. When Wayshawn Parker scored the first touchdown, I felt like it was over. But tonight, as we talk about Wyoming, yeah, I'm more nervous that like things could go south than I was at this time against UCLA.
Holly?
All of this is new for us, right? This podcasting, this being able to communicate and have conversations with people. I think the conversation with Cody kind of threw me a little bit because I sat back and looked at this as, oh, it's the Cowboys, it's the Mountain West. They're better than that. But then to sit and talk about what's going into the game, their fans, the environment, you forget how long it's been since we've been to Laramie and what type of an environment that is. Now, the rain will help with the lighting of the pennies and flicking them in the back of the shoulder pads. But I do, if I would not have had that conversation with Cody, I don't think I would be as nervous. But I think that they are going to be hyped up. And Cody mentioned this several times. He looked at Cowboys and the Utes and they were neck and neck for the long time. And then Utah kind of took off. And I think a lot of the fans and probably the program looks at that and goes, well, that's not fair. That should have been us. And I think they look at this game as an opportunity to go, we can be just as good as that program. And it just takes once. It goes back to when we played in the Mountain West. All you had to do was get up for one game. If you could get up for one game of the season and show out, that's what got you into the BCS. And I worry that the Cowboys are going to have that same mentality. And yet we're on the other end of it now, looking at going into a very hostile environment and playing a team that has nothing to lose, that is going to pin their ears back and play hard-nosed, blue-collar football.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think listening to Cody made me more nervous. And then we did it early in the Pac-12 years, right? We got up and beat a 5th-ranked Stanford at home. When is that, 2012, 2013? Somewhere around there. And we had no business winning that game. And so, yeah, I'm kind of with you. I think they have a chip on their shoulder, so I'm excited.
I hope, speaking of chip on your shoulder, I imagine Coach Beck and Devin and Knack have talked about, wanting a little revenge. I put out Devin's stats from last year on Twitter, and Coach Beck's wife responded and said, "Man, this one still stings to think about." And and then she had the father of the top receiver last year respond and something similar, like, "Oh yeah, that one still hurts." That dude's now playing at Arizona. So I'm seeing spouses and parents from that New Mexico team last year that still they felt like they let one slip and they're still bugged about it. So I imagine that Coach Beck and Dev and Knack feel the same. I just hope that the team is listening to their words, and not going whatever. But I don't know.
And it's hard for me to imagine that Kyle would not have his guys ready. But, you sit back and you talk to Cody and hear from their angle, it changes your perspective as a fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We got to trust at this point. Coach Witt's going to get the boys ready, but you never know.
Plus, if we're truly a top 15, top 10 team, like a lot of people are saying we are, we got to prove it. And this is the game to prove it.
Sweet. Anything else?
Jag
of the week.
I'll start us off.
Predictions or what we've seen as a Jag of the week?
Whatever your Jag of the week is. Go ahead, itty-bitty.
I will say the Jag of the week for me, I'm going to have two parts here. The Jag of the week for me is the officer that pulled me over for not stopping at a red light. That dude is just the guy.
Yeah.
He didn't need to give me a ticket. It was apparently a California stop, and I got a ticket. Holy crap, I had to go pay for that. All right. That's my Jag. But I'm also going to reverse it and give the reverse of the Jag. Holy shit, I just realized that.
Leave that in, please. Where he realizes he's got to go pay that. That was hilarious.
The reverse of it, I'm going to call it the tag. The alpha guy.
Ooh.
Tag of the week. And I'm going to give a shout out to Father Stu. If you didn't see Father Stu at last game against Cal Poly and the things he was doing and wearing and cheering, that dude's a tag. The alpha guy.
Well, I didn't see him. What can you reenact or what?
Here we go. Hold the phone.
I was in the
Here's
north
a
end
picture.
zone and got to witness the majesty of Father Stu.
I mean, look at that guy holding me.
There we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That guy was all over it, dude. We were up 63-9 with minutes left, and he was doing the third down jump. I mean, that guy was the alpha guy the whole week. So, shout out to Father Stu. Tag of the week.
That's who you need in your corner when things go south. Love that. Love the tag of the week. Good call out. The alpha guy of the week. Father Stu.
Love it.
Our Father. Unbelievable.
Blessed.
I got Jag of the week. I'm actually following up what Hollywood had to do last week. His Heisman pick. I have to shout out my Jag of the week, DJ Lagway. He's just a guy. How do you lose to USF? There goes the Heisman hopes. There goes everything. It's all gone. It's all done. It hurts me to do it. I was all in. I was in for the Saints to tank for DJ Lagway. I'm all in. He's the next great. Just a guy. I hate to do it. There's still time. He can recover. I will say my Jag of the week last week recovered instantly. There were no commercials. On Red Zone this week.
2 weeks in, both your national champions and your Heisman winners are not looking good.
It's a long season.
Jake Ratzlaff continues
Jake Ratzlaff, baby.
Hollywood, what do you got for Jag of the week?
Yeah, this is very similar to Heisman hopefuls, but there's a guy on this podcast that his sports picks had just been phenomenal. He goes 2-0 week 1, undefeated week 2, and so I just am in awe of the brilliant picks that is DB Cooper. And so when DB Cooper sends me his 4 picks lineup for the NFL slate on Sunday, to my dismay, 0 for 4. Brutal weekend. And it's kind of refreshing to see that DB Cooper can be just a guy. And so I got to go Jag. Jag of the week, DB Cooper.
Hey, no, I mean, I love that you called that out. You're making yourself look dumb by doing so. I mean, you can go ahead and track your bets and see how much you're just a guy as well, if you want.
No, listen, I'm not trying to slash.
I get it. Let me walk through some things. Can I walk?
Yeah.
Can I defend myself? On the college football season, after tonight's loss, I took another loss, only for a quarter unit. I got to mention that too. We'll get to that. But my win-loss record on the season for college football is now 10-6. Point in time right now. My NFL record is 2-4. That means in all of football this year, I am 12-10.
All I'm saying is I look at it the same way that we looked at our Heisman hopefuls. I'm not saying that
I'm done after 1 week of NFL.
You had a week.
One bad week. I killed Packers tonight.
I know.
Sweat free.
Packers -3.5. That was never in doubt. I understand that. But you
itty bitty's Bears me.
You are taking so much offense to this. All I'm saying is you are a phenomenal gamesman when it comes to picking games to bet on. You had a terrible week. So for that week, for NFL picks, you were just a guy.
Well, yeah, of course I'm taking that personally. I don't feel like I'm just a guy. Go ahead, itty bitty.
Not so fast, my friends. In the
this was the Lee Corso.
There was a submission for a Jag of the week, and his Jag of the week was Hollywood.
Interesting.
The reason there's 2 guys that are brothers on our team, and he cannot pronounce their last name. What are they, Hollywood?
Are you talking about Logan Fanu?
That is why you are the Jag of the week, according to Father Stu. Another shout out to Father Stu.
Father Stu gets the tag of the week and the shout out on his Jag of the week submission.
So not so fast, Hollywood.
Hollywood, you have some explaining to do at the next tailgate, Father Stu, that next time he shows up.
We already went over this at the first tailgate. He did say that to me straight up to the face.
Fano.
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 Fano. Fano. Fano.
Fano.
Fano.
Fano. Fawn. No.
Fawn.
Fano.
This is the last time I ever bring up anything to disparage either one of you.
I didn't share this. I like that. I like your Jag. I like your Jag. Good pick. That just fuels the fire.
There's no difference in your glasses and your shirt and every piece of skin in between when you were screaming at me.
I will tell you this, Holly,
with the title, but I like it.
He is going to go on a crazy run, and you will never hear the end of this.
I hope
He's
so.
I gotta stay within my process.
Hey, look, it's peaks and valleys.
Look,
Peaks and valleys.
No one's more embarrassed at a 4-0 week, and you know what? I'll take the Jag title for a week. My picks were just a guy. That's fair.
I got a Jag.
It's the name of the game,
too, so it's the two of us.
Yep. Did you have any other submissions on your end, itty bitty? It's fine if not. I got a couple.
Yeah, one of the other ones was from our boy Flashback Ute, and he's calling Houston Hot Chicken Jag of the Week because they missed his house sauce that he paid extra for, and it ruined his day. So Flashback Ute is calling Houston's Hot Chicken Jag of the Week.
I like that. It goes hand in hand with at Ute Outsider on Twitter. He went Raising Cane's chicken. He said, absolutely the most mediocre chicken I've ever tasted. No sauce equals no taste. The fries also have no taste without the sauce. I love Raising Cane's. I think that's an outlandish for Jag of the Week, but Ute Outsider. Shout out. We also had a couple others. They went away. One somebody said an NR6 submission and a TJ5 suggestion.
Off, dude.
Two different people. I don't agree with either one of those. I understand where people are going with TJ5 a little bit. I still think he's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's debatable. They're not my Jag watch.
NR6 kind of was going into the year. Wait, did you say they are or aren't on your Jag watch?
They are not.
Okay. I think that's fair. NR6 was like close to being on watch for me. But I thought he's played solid this year. Let's move on to bets unless we got any more Jags or tags. I don't have any tags, but I like that. I'm going to start incorporating that. Good call. Do you have any that you want to go over? I'm not betting anything in the Utah game, but I do want a player prop.
What's the over-under for that game?
No idea.
I'm looking it up right now.
48.
I'm game for anything, guys. It's what?
48.5. I'm gonna take the under in that game.
48.5.
Yeah, I think, and then I might even take Wyoming's total, and I'd have to look and see what that is. But I might take the under in that game, under 48.5, and I might take Wyoming's total team under.
I mean, if their over-under's got to be around somewhere around 15. If we're 23-point favorites, 48's the over-under. It's got to be somewhere around like 15-ish. For a team total, probably 14, maybe 13. Itty bitty, what do you got in this game? Anything?
I am taking Utah in the points. With the national media and the local media saying we're legit, we should cover 23.5 points. So I'm taking Utah.
Utah minus the points for itty bitty. Mark it down. I'm not betting over, under, or the side. I do have a player prop, and I am going to be putting money on it. Anytime touchdown, Dallin Bentley. If anybody has quick odds on that, I'm going anytime touchdown, Dallin Bentley. I think we're going to be pounding them with a run. I think their linebackers are going to be solely focused on stopping the run, and Dallin Bentley is going to find himself wide the open at one point when they catch him snoozing. So that's my one pick.
I might tell you the other. You did also say another one I kind of liked. We went on with Cody this week, and it was the Stevenson anytime touchdown.
Yeah, I might sprinkle a little bit on that too. I do like Dallin more though. The more that I thought about it, I could see like Stevenson not even playing this game. The way Witt does things. Remember when we went down to Florida, Jalen Glover didn't even touch the ball. Everyone thought he was going to rush for 100. USU is playing Air Force at home. Air Force is 4.5-point favorites. You guys got any feelings one way or another in that game? You're milking the cow?
Milking the cow.
Dude, I'm not. I'm flying high. I think Air Force covers 4.5 by. I think they might cover by a lot.
I think Hollywood convinced me. I think the Aggies are legit.
I think I'm probably going to take USU money line to win at home.
That's fair. We might do another side piece 20. I might be interested in that.
Okay.
If we're interested, I think Air Force runs away. I like the Aggies. Don't get me wrong. I like the Aggies. This is a tough one. Air Force is a tough one. There's a couple great games that are outside of our state borders that I quickly wanted to talk about. Clemson is 3.5-point favorites at Georgia Tech. This one was a hard one for me. Everyone knows my heart lies with the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. I love them, but I think Clemson gets it done. Unfortunately, I don't know. I'm not betting it, but because I think my heart's too far in it. It's a tough one. Where are you guys sitting?
I think Clemson's for real. I'm going to take Clemson to cover.
I was saying they were for real too, and then after that LSU game to start the season, I was like, I was wrong. But now it's like, am I really? Do I really think Georgia Tech can take that next leap? I don't know. Why are you taking Georgia Tech, itty bitty?
That place can be rocking. Haynes Keene's going to have 150 rushing yards.
Did you guys know it's the oldest college football stadium in America?
Really?
Yeah.
Thursday thoughts.
That one's definitely on the list, dude. A boys' trip to ATL would be so sick. Anything else? Any other thoughts on Clemson, Georgia Tech? I'm not gonna actually put money on that one. I'll make a pick.
Same.
My official pick's gonna be Georgia Tech plus 3.5, but I'm not gonna put money on it. Tennessee at Georgia. Georgia's 3.5-point favorites. I think Georgia wins by 28.
I have Georgia
Georgia
at Tennessee.
You have Tennessee. Are you worried about your heart being on Tennessee the way my heart was?
I have it in Knoxville. Is that right?
Oh, it's at. That might be right. I might have had that backwards. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's Georgia 3.5-point favorites on the road in Knoxville.
Yep.
Okay.
I am gonna bet with my heart because I'm a Vols fan behind the Utes. But I also think since they got their cancer quarterback out of there, I think they're a complete team, and I think Tennessee is going to dominate that game.
Okay, I like that. Now, here's the thing. I've been trying my hardest not to bet with my heart because it gets you in trouble. But as long as you can admit you're betting with your heart, then it avoids danger. So I appreciate that. I think Georgia wins by 3 scores. Hollywood, anything to add on that? I think you said Georgia.
Yeah, I'm going to take Georgia. Nothing to add.
Hey, why don't we do a side bet? I'll bet you 2 right now.
Let's do it. I'll do DB, the spread on the Air Force USU game, and I'll do same thing with you.
Okay, done.
20?
Yeah, perfect. 1 unit.
DB?
20 for me and you, and then itty bitty, do you want 20 on me as well?
Yeah, might as well. Keep it the same.
Okay.
Shit.
How you guys feeling about
be an
Texas
expensive
A&M going up to Notre Dame?
That's another one I'm not betting on.
I like the Irish.
-6.5.
Tamu's Timu. Always have, always will. Taking the Irish.
Notre Dame's another one that let me down big time week 1. I don't know if I can get that taste out of my mouth. I might have over propped them, but their quarterback did look good late. How do you like it, Hollywood?
I think Notre Dame gets it, but I think it's a close game, and so it's hard. I still think it's less than a touchdown. I think Notre Dame gets them by a touchdown. So I'll have to take Notre Dame in the.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I will be interested to be following along. I don't know what time these games are compared to ours, but I'm going to be very interested in that one. I will not put any actual money on that one.
So that one
could go either way.
A half hour before ours. Ours is at 6:00. This one's at 5:30.
Yeah, that one's.
I feel like the hook is going to play a big part in that game. Something's going to happen, and it's either going to be a 6 or a 7-point game, and it's going to be real close.
That'd be a fun one to be at. Texas A&M at Notre Dame's actually wild. My one wild card this week: Ole Miss -6.5 at home versus Arkansas.
Okay, I am taking South Carolina over Vandy, -3.5 points. A true road test on the road. I'm going to take South Carolina.
Has that come down? Because I thought when I looked earlier it was 5.5 points. It's at 3.5 now?
It is at 3.5. Yep, South
It
Carolina.
makes me nervous. People are going hard on Vandy.
Yeah, yep. It opened at 5.5. Now it's 3.5.
That was as of today too. That was
Yeah.
I was looking at that one earlier today. Wow, lots of money on Vandy. So you got South Carolina -3.5 at Vandy.
At South Carolina.
At South Carolina. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It makes me
game.
feel a little bit better. Hollywood, what do you got?
I am going to go Texas Tech to cover against Oregon State. I believe it's a 24.5-point spread. I think they're pumped to get into Utah. I think they want to make a statement. And so I'm going to take Texas Tech to cover 24.5 at home against the Beavers.
That one scares me the same way as it scares us for our game. The look ahead scares me.
I think both teams want to prove that they are headed in the right direction. And I think they want to put that game away early. Oregon State's 0-2. They're playing at Texas. They're home. I like the Red Raiders to cover at home.
Oregon State hasn't played good yet. I still do like their quarterback, Malik Murphy. I think this might be a game where Texas Tech, they haven't played good yet. They suck. They're a little Mountain West Pac-12 school now. We got big noon kickoff next week. Beavs might win. Ruin everything. Beavs might win. I might sprinkle money line. Beavs. Oh, I kind of like it. Win. Beavs might win. I kind of like it. Win. Beavs money line. All right, fellas. Anything else you guys want to include?
Stone cold when you were talking about that. Holly's just stone cold.
Okay, so I got Air Force -4.5 with Hollywood, and I got Georgia -3.5 with Itty Bitty Ute. Yep. Both for 20 each.
Yep.
Thanks again, everyone following in. Thanks for listening to the Tailgate Talk, episode 6 of the Tailgate Talk podcast. We're rolling right through, getting a lot of good feedback about the podcast. I'm happy. I'm excited. Lots of good things coming down the pipe. If you want to help, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with a friend. Itty Bitty, what do you got for us?
Love y'all. Go Utes. Beautiful.
That's it for this episode of Tailgate Talk, hosted by DB Cooper and Itty Bitty Ute, produced by Hollywood. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share with your tailgate crew. Join us next time for more sports talk, food, and fun. Until next time, keep the grill hot and the stories hotter.